Hi guys, and welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that don't know me, my name is charcuterie. I'm an actress and a voiceover artist here in Los Angeles, California, and I also have 5 chronic illnesses, which I manage on a daily basis. Now, if you clicked on this video, chances are you already know kind of what it's about, but in case you don't, I am currently in a show called Dead End Paranormal Park. It's out now on Netflix. I voiced one of the leads, Norma Khan, and the second season just dropped today. So to celebrate, I'm gonna have a couple of my friends over and we're gonna do kind of a mini watch party. Something you may not know about me, I love throwing parties. I think it stems from my childhood. Growing up, my mom would always throw me the coolest birthday parties, and I got to be involved in a lot of that planning process, so I'm pretty sure it's carried over now to adulthood. But of course, while I'm throwing these parties and planning them, I'm also dealing with the reality, which is that I have 5 chronic illnesses, and they can be flaring really at any time. For example, one of my conditions is a rare type of arthritis called reactive arthritis. And I live in Pasadena, which means that this past week it has been raining on and off nonstop. And if you have arthritis or you know someone with arthritis, then you know that people with arthritis, we know it's gonna rain days in advance because we feel it in our joints. And I've kind of been dealing with that this entire week. Now, something that happens with my arthritis, and I'm not sure if it happens with everyone's, I can only speak for myself, is that whenever I have a flare, I then deal with massive amounts of fatigue afterwards. Sometimes it's just a day, sometimes it can be 2 days. And with it raining on and off all week, I've been dealing with a lot of fatigue this week. So when it's come to planning my party, I have had to adapt and change a couple of plans around, just so that I'm still able to get that Pinterest-worthy party, but also honor my body and my own limitations that I'm dealing with currently. So that's what we're gonna do today. I thought I'd take you along as I prep and plan for my own little watch party for Dead End Season 2. Cool, let's get into it.
Now, before we even begin, let me say that I did wash these berries and the containers that they came in. It was just easier for me to put everything back in the containers for this video, so don't worry. Now, something I love doing for parties, whether I'm having a good week or even a bad week, is the humble charcuterie board. Charcuterie boards are great because, first off, they're cost effective. This entire thing cost me like $20, and I had leftovers that I didn't even get on the board. But also, if you're having a week where you have limited mobility in your hands or you just don't feel like prepping anything, do the charcuterie board. Everything is ready to go. All you have to do is arrange it on the board, and I'm, putting some effort into arranging, but you could also just dump it on the board and it's still gonna look really nice. You can also customize it to fit whatever dietary needs you have or your guests have, and it's gonna give you that wow factor without having to overexert yourself. Something else I like to do for my parties is some sort of themed dessert or treat. And if you watch the show, then you know that there are 2 characters on the show that are red. There's Courtney, which is a little demon thing, or is she? And then there's Gourd, which my dad calls the worm, and I'm inclined to agree with him, but either way, I love Gourd. Now, earlier in the week when I was planning my party, I actually wanted to do a full-on gourd cake. But of course, with my arthritis flare and the fatigue, that just wasn't gonna happen. So instead, I opted for Courtney croissants and gourd biscuits. Now, bakers, please do not come for me. I am not a baker or a chef. So as you can see, I am pouring the red food coloring just on the pastry. I'm sure I could have used a brush. That would have saved my hands. Can confirm they are still stained days later. But that is how I got it done. For the gourd biscuits, I just used the home-style biscuits from Pillsbury, and I cut them in half because these are gigantic biscuits. So I shaped them into little gourd shapes, and again, repeated the process of rolling them in the food coloring. Now, I'm gonna flash forward because they are terrifying, and I want to spare you the nightmares that I had to endure. But after everything was baked, I took it out and I used this black icing to attach Gourd's eyes. Now, Gourd's eyes are literally just the bottoms of candy corn. Gourd has these oblong yellowish eyes, and that was the easiest way for me to do it. But yeah, this is how they turned out. Now, I love fresh flowers really at any time, but especially for parties, they're a really easy way to add a touch of elegance and luxury to your events without having to overexert yourself. Now, these gorgeous flowers I got for my birthday from my fiance Till. My birthday actually happened like a week before I filmed this, but as you can see, these flowers are all dried up and it is time for them to go. I did save some of the greenery because greenery lasts a really long time, and why spend more money when you don't have to? Now, I can pretty much do these floral arrangements at any time. The one thing that I might have an issue with is washing out the container, because with my arthritis, sometimes I have a hard time gripping things. In that case, I'll just get Till to do that for me. But today I was okay. Now, something I like to do to help me with my arrangements is this kind of Scotch tape grid thing. Now, they make pre-made grids that you can just pop over the top of your container. I haven't gotten around to getting one for myself, which would probably help on days when my hands just aren't cooperating. But for today, I opted for the Scotch tape grid. Next, I got out my flowers. Now, I got these from Trader Joe's. It is a wonderful place to go shopping. They have a wide selection of greenery and flowers for you to choose from. I kept it simple for this bouquet though. I did pink roses, and I believe those are olive branches. Now, something I do with all of my bouquets, if I have a flower like this, is I remove the leaves from the stem. I cannot explain the science behind it, but for some reason, when those leaves touch the water, they make the water go bad faster. I don't know how. But as you can see, I arranged the roses first and then I add in my greenery. Now, when I do bouquets, I like to stick to the rule of 3, which is thrillers, fillers, and spillers. So your thrillers are going to be the items that add height and drama to your bouquet. In this case, that would be the olive branches. Your fillers are your main flower, which for me are the pink roses. And your spillers are the items that spill over the side and add a touch of whimsy to your bouquet, which in this instance are the eucalyptus branches. And this is how it turned out. I love this arrangement. This is going to last me about a week. It could actually last me 2 weeks. I've had that happen before. Just depends on how often you change the water. I have been loving this acrylic sign trend I have seen on Instagram and on Pinterest, and I decided that I wanted one too. So I had this piece of acrylic just laying around the house, and my friend Shauna cut out the dead end logo with her Cricut maker. She also placed it for me, which was a huge help. Thank you, Shauna. But you could do this easily with a logo from Etsy or Target, really anywhere you can find them. And then I painted the back of the acrylic. Now, I did not check how much paint I had before I started painting, so a lot of my process was just me sitting there waiting for the paint to come out of the container. Now, this was a pretty easy thing for me to do on this day. As you can see, I'm wearing a different outfit. That's because I spread out my work throughout the week to help out my body and, again, to honor my own limitations. But, of course, if I was struggling this day, I would ask for help. It's probably the biggest lesson I've learned from having arthritis is there is no shame. In fact, there is strength in asking for help. So if you are struggling, I encourage you to ask your friends, ask your family, get them to help you with this. It doesn't make you weak, and it doesn't mean that you're not fighting or that you're giving up. Speaking of asking for help, I definitely asked for help when it came to constructing this balloon garland. Now, on a normal week where my arthritis is not affecting me, I would have been able to do this by myself, but obviously with this week, tying the balloons was really hard. So I got Till to tie the balloons for me. Assembling the garland was actually very easy. Balloon garlands are actually easy in general. This whole thing cost me like $16. And then I just embellished it with these black butterflies, and also Till got me multicolored baby's breath for my birthday, and I put that into my balloon garland as well. Now, I'm talking about my birthday because this balloon garland is from my birthday. It was a week before this, and I wasn't about to do more work, so I used the same decor, and I also coordinated the balloon garland to match my Halloween decor, so it kind of looked like I decorated my entire house, when really all I did for this party was stick black butterflies on the balloons.
So I am all done up in my party outfit. I'm wearing purple in honor of Norma, and I thought I'd show you how the sign turned out. I am really happy with this. I don't think it could have turned out any better than it did. I'm actually really happy with how everything turned out. Sure, the gourd biscuits look a little cursed, but I love them, and I know my friends are gonna love them too. So, if you liked this video or you found it helpful, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload my next video. Also, thank you to everyone that watched my last video, subscribed to my channel, or even sent me a sweet message over on Instagram. This is a new venture for me, so it's a little scary, but the outpouring of love and support that I got just really blew me away, and means a lot to me, so thank you guys for that. So I should probably clear up things here. My friend Leslie, who's an amazing cook, is coming over early because she is going to make all of us hot apple cider from scratch, and she needs to use my stovetop, so I think she's here. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!